What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship. Today, at the request of several people, to tell you the truth, most notably, my good friend Jeff B. Lee, who refers to himself as Lane on YouTube, we're cracking open our copy of Inner Sea Gods, and we're talking about Calistria. If you guys like what you're seeing, remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Today, this episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship was brought to you in part by Tim Bartlett. Tim, my friend, thank you so much for really everything you've been doing lately. You're a great dude. Your support means the world. Now, let's dive in. All across planet Earth's mythology, there are several examples of gods of love and lust. We've got Aizen in Japan, Aphrodite for the Greeks, Venus to the Romans, on and on and on. And in addition, we have several gods of trickery and mischief as well. Looking at you, Loki. Love, lust, and revenge all kind of roll together into a pretty common theme, even present day on planet Earth. We all know the story. Boy meets girl, boy falls for girl, boy breaks girl's heart, girl breaks boy's truck. That's every Taylor Swift song ever, I suppose. And in that, you have Calistria. In Pathfinder, Calistria is a goddess of many faces and guises, up to and including lust and revenge. She's held in especially high regard by the elves, who often identify her moods and attitude with that of their people. A fondness for wasps has earned her the vengeful title of the Savored Sting. Such creatures live on after harming their enemies, which is a trait to be emulated should one seek to inflict pain on another. Calistria is not only vengeful, but vindictive when she has been wronged by another. She'll take her time returning such disfavor, maneuvering in order to attain the best position from which to savor her retribution. Her trysts are well documented, and often near legendary, though conflicting sources result in difficulty should one attempt to discern those tales based in truth from those that are nothing more than fantasy. My girl knows how to get down. Calistria usually appears as a female elf of otherworldly beauty arrayed in seductive dress of flowing yellow silks. These gowns do little to hide her lithe and graceful form, and she's often depicted in the company of giant wasps. Sounds safe. Calistria's faithful can be found all over the place. Her followers fill varied roles whenever they are encountered, anything from spy to prostitute and beyond, but always in support of their goddess's mercurial nature. Such individuals deal in trickery and mischief, encounters of the flesh, and knowledge that is both secret or dangerous, and the pursuit of these goals can often lead these faithful to wander the world in order to achieve them. #Adventure Time. Calistria is chaotic neutral. Her domains are chaos, charm, knowledge, luck, and trickery, with the subdomains Azada Chaos, Captivation, Curse, Deception, Innuendo, Lust, Memory, and Thievery. Her favorite weapon is the whip, and her symbol, 3 daggers. To perform Calistria's Deific obedience, engage in sexual activity with another individual in exchange for money, information, or another valuable resource. This must be a willing act on both your parts. You should not endanger yourself or otherwise enter a situation that makes you uncomfortable. Pray aloud to Calistria before and after the act, and encourage your partner to do the same. If no suitable partner is available, wrap yourself in yellow silk and hold your holy symbol against your chest. Meditate on the teachings of Calistria and fantasize about taking vengeance against one who has wronged you. Yeah, Calistria is one of the ones that has a particularly fun Deific obedience. Wait till we get to some of the eldest. Anywho, in return, you gain a +4 sacred or profane bonus on charisma checks and charisma-based skill checks when interacting with an intelligent creature that could be sexually attracted to you. That type of bonus, again, as always, depends on your alignment. Evangelist Boons grant us Saving Finale 3 times a day, Piercing Shriek twice a day, or once a day Sculpt Sound. At level 16, once a day, you can cast Rainbow Pattern. Rather than appearing as a multitude of colors, the spell manifests as a swarm of shimmering wasps. The wasps shine as brightly as gold and fly in an intricate, mesmerizing pattern. The saving throw DC for this ability is Charisma-based. At level 20, you can reflect a spell targeted against you back at its source with a blast of scornful music. Once per day, when you have been specifically targeted by a spell, you may attempt a perform check as an immediate action. If your perform check equals or exceeds the spell's save DC, and it definitely could with high enough charisma and skill focus, the spell returns immediately to its caster, who must suffer its effects. The caster can attempt a saving throw as normal to negate the returned spell's effect. If that spell normally allows no saving throw, calculate the performed DC as if the spell did allow a save, taking into account any feats or special abilities the caster may have that would affect the DC. If the spell had multiple targets, for example, magic missile with 3 bolts, you reflect only the portion of the spell targeting you. This ability has no effect on area spells, or any spells whose description has no target entry. However, wizard casts hold person, you fly him the bird. Wizard is hold personed. Seems good. Exalted boons grant us charm person 3 times a day, Eagle's Splendor twice, or Suggestion once. At level 16, when using the dazing touch power granted by the charm domain, you can cause the creature touched to become stunned for a round instead of dazed. If you don't have access to the charm domain, you instead gain the ability to use the dazing touch power a number of times per day equal to 3 plus your wisdom, as listed in the ability. However, you only daze your opponents instead of stunning them. At 20th level, or faster if you take the Exalted Prestige class, you may add your Charisma bonus to AC while wearing light or no armor. This bonus applies against touch attacks. Any condition that would cause you to lose your dex also causes you to lose your Cha. That's real good right there. Yeah, that's why we dip Monk. And that's Exalted. You get that handed to you without having to run through Prestige classes. I know we've been pretty vague about that so far. We'll talk about it more later. For now though, yeah, that's real good. Sentinel boons grant us Divine Favor 3 times a day, Align Weapon, chaotic only, twice a day, or Keen Edge once a day. At level 16, you can lash out with your melee weapon as if it were a whip, no matter what the weapon's type truly is. I bet. Your melee weapon elongates and grows flexible, gaining an extra 5 feet of reach while still maintaining its ability to strike targets adjacent to you, provided the weapon could normally do so. Using this ability does not provoke attacks of opportunity, and you can apply this ability only to melee weapons. You can use this ability a number of rounds per day equal to 1 plus 1 for every 4 hit die you possess, a maximum of 6 rounds. These rounds do not need to be consecutive, and activating and deactivating this ability is a free action. At level 20 for a number of rounds per day, equal to your Charisma bonus, you can ignore attacks of opportunity that would otherwise provoke due to your movement. Using this ability is a free action, and the rounds in which you use it don't need to be consecutive. You still provoke attacks of opportunity normally for actions other than moving. Yeah, no, so it's Exalted all the way, 100%. That's the way to do this one. Just to grab Protective Grace, because if there's one thing I know about Pathfinder, it's that stacking as many possible ability scores onto a given attack roll, save, or in this case armor class, is how you become real powerful. And of course, because Calistria is within 1 step of chaotic evil, she does in fact have her own Antipaladin Code. It goes as such before Michael Baker gets his hands on it, makes it even better. Of course, we'll expect to see that in the comments. My life is my path, and none will sway me from it. I devote myself to the purest of my passions. I take what I desire by trick or by force. If others resent my actions, they may attempt to take vengeance against me. All slights against me will be repaid tenfold. I am the instrument of my own justice if I am wronged. I will take vengeance with my own hands. Yeah, no, short, sweet, to the point, and that's what Calistria is. Do what you want, be who you want, be with who you want, and enjoy life. Be passionate, but if someone hurts you, hurt them back harder. And if I was to play a follower of Calistria, that would be 100% the motif. I don't know what campaign I'm playing in, but here's hoping we're not on the rails, because I'm not following the rails at all. If I want to do a thing, I'm gonna go do a thing. To be honest, Calistria seems like a good deity for a player in a one-on-one game, because it's all about doing whatever you want to do, and then when someone crosses you, make them suffer. I can dig it, and that's 100% how I'd use her if I was GMing for a follower of Calistria, and well and truly, right now I am over at Lord the Caliber. Pogue Mahone, our halfling rogue, does worship Calistria. Of course, we don't get a lot of time with Pogue by himself. Maybe one day. But the party has definitely followed Pogue wherever Pogue wanted to go for quite a while. And that's what I get for not putting rails down. Anyway, I digress. What do you guys think about Calistria? Have you ever worshipped her? Have you ever had a player who worshipped her? And what do you think about adult themes like what we see in Calistria's Deific obedience in your campaigns? Because they're definitely there in a fantasy setting. Whether or not we want to talk about them necessarily all the time, Calistria brings them just straight onto the table. Speaking of table, at least in the virtual sense. Black Dragon Gaming is giving away a copy of Fantasy Grounds Ultimate Edition to one lucky subscriber. Follow this card right up here to learn more about that giveaway. And hey, remember guys, patronage at any tier grants you an extra entry in our giveaways. Anywho, that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The next episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship, where we cover my favorite of the core deities, just straight up in terms of character optimization, Erastil, drops next Wednesday.